Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we've got a pair of teams who met each other in Super Bowl V. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. Coming up next.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 10. And he returns this to the 22. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a 7th season, it's Dak Prescott who brings him out.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Prescott. Open man is Noah Brown. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Play action, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So on 4th down, Matt Hawk on to punt for Indy. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Throwing. Prescott. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Marr able to put this one through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. 2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 24, Ryan. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Ryan finding Pittman there for the Colts' 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Ryan. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now it's Ryan. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Elliott. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They'll start with a give to Taylor. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now Ryan. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Time a factor as Ryan will hustle him to the line. Here's 2nd and 8. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 37. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. Touchdown, Colts. Alec Pierce, 37 yards. And the Colts will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Prescott now. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Prescott. Back to Elliott, and he's got him again. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
First down, Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right back.
I don't know whether they even drew that up on the board or was it just said, but they had to have it. They needed a spark to get them going here in the second half, and they got it right away.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Prescott to throw it. He's going to find Gap. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Boy, a rough time for a turnover there. They give it away on their first possession of this second half.
And what makes it worse, Brandon, is that they've already given away the lead in this quarter on the touchdown drive a minute ago. Now they run the risk of really falling behind unless their defense can bail them out a little bit. They'll be cheering for them hard from the sidelines.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Ryan. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Ryan. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 19. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 19 yards for Jonathan Taylor as his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You're talking about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. Going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They keep on the ground with Elliott. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. He'll get this one to Pittman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 52 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and it'll be 4th down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. That's complete to Lamb. And he is going to have the Cowboys' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Dak. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's Prescott. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Dayo Odeyingbo in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Let's go, man.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Prescott. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than hoped.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
From the gun, it's Taylor. He'll get this down to the 38. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They run once more with Taylor. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.